Hey, what's up guys? It's Marv and welcome back to another Asphalt Legends video. And yes, you read that title correctly. I'm going to talk about Audi in a little bit, but today is just a general video. We're going to talk about a couple of different topics that are going on right now. I also do want to mention that I am uploading this video either on Thursday or maybe Friday or earlier, depending on when I feel like it, because I will be at Monterey Car Week, which I never thought I would say. I'm super excited. Yes, I'm bringing the orange TT up there to celebrate car culture with everyone. Hopefully I can get some content, photos, videos, and everything while I'm up there. So if you want me to maybe keep an eye out for any special car, leave those in the comment section down below. I definitely have a list of really cool cars that hopefully will be up there so that I can take a look at them. So yeah, it's very exciting for me, but just as a little disclaimer that I'm not going to be super active this weekend. All right, I can hear your keyboards typing already to get me onto the Audi news, so let's cover that first. So there was a recent article uploaded by Traction, which is, I guess, a website that goes over a bunch of different things surrounding sim racing, like games, equipment, articles, different things like that. And they made an article about the 20th anniversary update for Asphalt Legends. I also want to give a big shout out to Justin from the Discord server. He is always on top of all the new car news. So thank you to him for letting me know about this article, because without him, I probably would not have seen this. But anyway, it goes over a lot of the details that I've already covered, especially in that patch notes video. So the new tracks, the new cars, all that sort of stuff for the 20th anniversary, and I'll get a little bit into more in that later. However, the big, huge thing was an interview from the game manager at Gameloft, and that was Raul Orrego. So thank you to him for, I guess, speaking about some of the aspects for Asphalt in this article. But anyway, the big point is this quote right here. "We know the brands players like and are looking for. We are working on that," says Orrego, adding that Gameloft is working on getting Audi one of the most requested absent brands in the game. So that's a direct quote from the article. Again, I'll have that linked in the description down below. So this isn't going to 100% confirm anything, and knowing the way that companies talk to each other, this could be a couple of months to even a year or two before we even see anything related to Audi news or branding or anything like that in the game, or even a car for that matter. But it's just nice to know that it's actually being worked on. Now, Audi has been a little weird when it comes to licensing in video games over the past couple of years. We know that there was a little bit of a problem with the Need for Speed franchise. It wasn't included in Unbound at launch, but one of the big updates was the Audi update that included cars like the R8. So there must have been some sort of licensing issue there as well. Now, for the people in the comment section going on about how Volkswagen and Audi are the group and it should not be too big of an issue, as far as I'm aware, the different sub-brands within the Volkswagen group should be able to handle their own licenses separately. So that's why we see a lot of Lamborghini collaboration with Asphalt, because they probably have a closer relationship than, let's say, Bugatti and Rimac, even though, yeah, we do have those cars in the game, and we even have Volkswagen in the game with the IDE. So again, I think it's just because that Audi does handle their own licensing separately from the VW group as a whole. So yeah, just keeping that in mind. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail because frankly, I'm not up to date on all of this, but why isn't there Audi in Asphalt in the first place? Well, there was Audi in many of the previous games, and well, Asphalt was the game that introduced me to my dream car, the TT, and I saw that car in Asphalt 5 and Asphalt 6. That's where I fell in love with my car. Now, we did have it in the most recent Asphalt 8. That's where the cars were at launch, so my actual real-life car, the Audi TTS Coupe, is in that game. So why don't we have it in Asphalt 9? Well, the rumor is that there were some licensing issues around some of the special edition decals for Asphalt 8. So if you guys didn't know, there were different anniversary updates and different celebrations for different holidays, and some cars got special liveries and whatnot, and I guess Audi had a problem with one of those. So again, that's sort of where the licensing issues began, but it seems like hopefully after what would have been, I guess, over 10 years, maybe those problems are being solved. We do know that each of the manufacturers like to pick and choose what they allow players to do in terms of customization, For example, I believe still in this game, the Nissan cars do not allow you to pick your own color. You can only pick the factory color. So this isn't just an Audi problem when it comes to licensing and details. It seems to be that each manufacturer is a little picky when it comes to what they allow and don't allow. And for example, some manufacturers may only allow certain cars to be added to the game. So with Toyota, for example, it seemed like they were probably trying to push those specific cars like the Supra and those electric concepts, because otherwise it would have been a no-brainer to add the Lexus LFA, but we didn't see that. So in terms of the Audi news, that's all we have. Gameloft is working on getting Audi into the game. Again, we don't have a timeline, we don't have any specific details, but eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can see Audi in the game. And of course, it would be just absolutely incredible to see my own dream car that I have, the TTS, in Asphalt. I would go crazy for that. I already said that I would throw money at my screen if that happened. Now, I also said I wanted to cover a couple of other things in today's video, including the new soundtracks that were added, or I guess old soundtracks that were added to the game. Now, I do want to point you guys to the Asphalt YouTube channel where you can see all of the individual songs have been uploaded, which is so awesome because for years we were either getting the songs from the game files or from like different YouTube uploads that could have been various qualities, but we actually now have official uploads of some of my favorite tracks from Asphalt 6 and Asphalt 7. Now, surprisingly, and why I'm bringing up in this video, we have some songs that I haven't heard in the game, specifically some tracks from Asphalt 5 and one track from Asphalt 3D. So I wanted to actually ask you guys about this because in terms of those tracks being added to the game, I've heard the Asphalt 6 soundtracks, the Asphalt 7 music, but I haven't heard the Asphalt 5 songs quite yet. So let me know in the comments if you actually have heard them in the game. I haven't gotten an official answer as to why those tracks have not been in the game, at least on my end. Maybe it could be a platform issue because I'm playing on iOS, I'm not sure, but it's really cool to see that all of those songs have been added. I wasn't initially aware of this in the update because that wasn't included in the patch notes, so I wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to those. In case you have the music turned off in game, I highly recommend turning it on because honestly, in my opinion, the actual original soundtracks from Asphalt have always been superior to the licensed music. And so it's really nice to see that some of those older tracks are being added to the game. Hopefully they will be permanent additions. Also, sometime throughout this video, you will see gameplay of the Mercedes-Benz Silver Lightning on San Diego because of course I had to. I'm going to have a full review of that car maybe sometime in the future, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek and preview as to what the car looks and feels like in the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little bit of a preview of the Silver Lightning. I know a lot of people are super excited to have that car added back into Asphalt. Alright guys, that is pretty much it for today's video. Before I sign off, I do want to mention that lately we have seen a bunch of different brands being added to Asphalt that I would not have expected before. One of those being Hyundai. Yeah, we did see that in Asphalt 7, but they were completely absent as far as I'm aware from Asphalt 8. But this time it was like an official collaboration with one of those sponsored events that some of the esports pros got to go to. So it seems like there have been some things behind the scenes in terms of getting all of these license agreements figured out, which is really awesome to see. So hopefully that means that not only Audi is going to be added soon, but a lot of different brands that we haven't seen in a very long time, or maybe are going to make their appearance for the first time in Asphalt. So again, I'm really excited about the future of cars because we have seen a lot of crazy one-off cars that kind of don't exist, are a little bit of vaporware. The Lego cars are cool, but they are just cars that we already have in the game, but Lego. So I am excited for the future. Hopefully we will see some cool cars, especially from Audi, being added to Asphalt in the near future. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and let me know if there are any cars that you would like to see. I know we've had this conversation so many times about cars that aren't in the game that should, but it's always nice to hear maybe there are some new cars that I've missed. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all later.